Today I want to talk a little bit about why people should dabble in doing web design and development online on their own. I think you should definitely explore these things. So I'm going to talk about the top 5 reasons I think that everyone should be building a website, or at least attempting to build a website, or at least dabbling with the tools so they kind of know what's going on. Reason number 1 is learning new digital tools only helps sharpen your computer skills. And we know that today's society, computers are so prevalent and everyone's using them at work or in some way. I think that it's super beneficial to continue sharpening your digital skills no matter what, because technology is only going to continue forward and you really don't want to get left behind. Number 2, this gives you the ability to create an online portfolio. So a place to showcase your projects and other things that you've worked on. I mean, I'm talking literally anything. School projects if you just graduated from college. I'm talking freelance projects if you're a freelancer, any of those things. I think that people, they don't understand how much of a leg up it is for them to have a website to direct people to see some of their work. You don't only put so much on a resume, but you can also put a website on a resume, and you'd be surprised at how many employers will just type that into their URL while they're sitting there reviewing your resume and visit your website. It's a more engaging way to get employers to learn about you and see the things that you've done in the past. Number 3 is learning more about digital design and graphic design in general. A lot of web design is basically like graphic design. It's just more interactive and things move. You click buttons, you visit pages, things function in different ways. But it's a really good way to learn more about digital design when you're building a website. You'll kind of learn like how people gravitate towards different colors, different shapes, what calls to action are, how to draw people's eyes to different portions of your website, and to use those designs to explain functionalities of different things. You know, like this button will take you here, this button will allow you to upload photos here, this button will allow you to enlarge a photo, things like that. So a lot of design skills are learned while you're messing with web design and web development. Number 4, people kind of get a little bit scared when I talk about this one, but I think that everyone should learn a little bit about coding, like HTML, CSS, that type of thing, etc., because it explains so many different things on the internet and why certain parts of the internet interact with each other and how they interact with each other, especially when it comes to websites, like responsiveness, mobile versus desktop, that kind of thing. CSS and HTML, I highly recommend just dabbling in it. It also opens your world to a lot more customization of the website that you're building. So say you do some things on there and there's some tools that are open-ended and you can put in your own custom CSS too, or change different colors of things that would otherwise be limited. It's really cool to kind of understand how those different codes affect the visual aspect of your website. So I think that's another great reason for people to dabble in web design and development. The last reason is my favorite. It is so badass to get to put on your resume that you know how to do website stuff. I mean, it doesn't matter. You could be a teacher, and just knowing how to do website stuff, especially with all the online teaching right now, you've got a leg up on everybody else because you've already dabbled in how to develop a website or design a website. That digital skill is so valuable to have. Say you're an employee at a firm who they update a calendar every quarter on a website, and that's going to be part of your job when you're coming in. An employer can see that and go, oh, well, this person already kind of knows how to do website stuff, so them updating a calendar wouldn't be a daunting task at all. Whereas if you have someone who's not as computer literate, they might have a lot more hesitation when it comes to trying to update things on a website or functioning WordPress or Wix or Squarespace or whatever. So it's extremely valuable to have that skill and to be able to showcase that. The number 1 tool that I recommend everyone start working with is WordPress, because it still dominates market share of the internet and what websites are built on these days. So I mean, it's got competition, of course, but it's still very, very prevalent, and it's one of the most often tools that I've seen used when it comes to people building their websites. So I recommend getting like a really cheap hosting plan on like Bluehost or DreamHost or GoDaddy, somewhere in there, and installing WordPress and just messing around with it. Build some pages, enter some text, use different plugins, like just dabble with it. It's super fun, and you learn so many things so quickly if you stick with it. Just don't be daunted immediately by all the different buttons and things that you can download and things you can customize. Watch YouTube videos, that's what I did, but I definitely recommend messing with that one. And then another one that's really good for design is Wix. It's so user-friendly. You pick up on it very fast. You can focus way more on web design way quicker when it comes to the way that their platform is structured. Well, thanks guys for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions for me, please feel free to comment on this video or reach out to me on any of my social media platforms. I'll have those definitely linked below. I really appreciate it, and I will see you in the next video.